Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay, let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for July. Firstly, I'd like to apologize for the delay in getting this reading to you. I did come down with a little bit of unwellness. I got an allergic reaction to something that took out my voice and really threw me for 6, right? I just was completely out of action, so I had to take some rest, of course, and here I am now. So again, I do apologize for getting this reading to you, and July has already started, but let's get straight to it. I can't believe that July is here already. The year is certainly flying past real quick, and on a personal level, July is a month where you'll be more focused on self-care. It's actually a really nice kind of month where you're going to be focused more on your nearest and dearest, as well as a place that you consider home. And if you're searching for home, then you will definitely be finding a place that you can call home. But this is really about creating a peaceful and supportive environment this month, letting those you care about know how much you love them and opening up yourself to their love and appreciation too, without sacrificing your own needs for others. Now, expect to feel a yearning to nest this month or do some DIY, reorganize your home space, or declutter your life in some way. And also reaffirm important relationships to you, spending good quality time with those who mean the most, and prioritizing the simple pleasures in life, as well as reconnecting to what brings you joy and fulfillment. Now, you may feel compelled to take a vacation, add more fun things to do to your schedule, as well as go on solo self-care endeavors to reunite with your higher self and a part of yourself that you may have felt that you lost touch with. This is a nurturing and caregiving month, focusing on what you value the most, but on a deeper level, there are a lot of other shifts going on behind the scenes. Now, the new moon on the 5th of July opens a very powerful gateway to reconnecting to that part of yourself that, as I said, you may have lost touch with. A new awareness opens, giving birth to new ideas, new adventurous pathways, and your emotional compass guides you at a heightened pace as you rediscover what you are capable of, setting higher, healthier boundaries, and truly relating to the world around you to vocalize your own needs. Now, it's a time of asking, how do you feel? And then setting intentions to create more stability and security in your life and in your relationships. Now, Sirius, the most powerful and brightest star in the sky, encourages a deep soul-searching quest to ask those bigger philosophical questions. Now, it's about the next steps of your path to reestablish your independence and get organized on, basically your life in general, healthier practices, life practices, or routines. Plus, we have Jupiter, planet of prosperity and expansion, passing over Aldebaran, and that's often called the Eye of the Bull, which is considered the luckiest star, amplifying real opportunities for better luck and surprising positive outcomes. Now, of course, with every positive, there is a little bit of a negative, but this really isn't too much of a negative, as I show you the Devil card that just popped out there for you. This is more about balance, let's put it that way, because Saturn retrogrades until the 15th of November, which leads to second chances or opportunities to reevaluate, revisit, and improve. Saturn retrograde does have the potential to dampen fun a little bit, as it kind of demands that you get more organized about making your life run smoothly without overstretching yourself. But this particular retrograde, slowing everything down, can actually help you rather than hinder you, as it takes the pressure off slightly so that you can pause and prioritize what's important. So there is a bit of a balance. You know, sometimes Saturn can be a bit of a hard taskmaster, but it kind of loses its edge as it goes into retrograde. And this month it can amplify delays, which can frustrate. But Saturn retrograde, it tests and teaches us lessons on patience. So watch out for that too. We do have a second full moon in the sign of Capricorn, and this is rare. Okay, we've just had one of those, and now we've got another one there as well. And this will help you reassess your workload and release money blocks too, as ambition returns and delays will subside. So you can get busy accomplishing your goals. And let's say on a global scale, we do have some volatile energy to be mindful of, which of course is obvious at this time, but Mars conjuncts Uranus. Now Mars is a very fiery planet and Uranus is a shocking planet, and the two together can lead to some hairy moments. This will occur from the 15th of July, and it can lead to some major shakeups, reshuffles of leadership, people stepping down or being nudged out of their positions, shocking events or news, as well as conflicts or confrontations. It's a very intense and unpredictable energy, and this conjunction, it can feel very revolutionary, like nothing will be the same after this moment. So this could also be a personal revelation as well as an event for you personally, but it certainly can be an eye-opening time, almost like a bit of a rude awakening. So for example, and they want me to go one more as well for your cards. For example, if you've been coasting in your life in some way, and by that I mean, you know, you've been allowing bad behavior in some area of your life, you've been accepting less than you truly deserve. It's like, you know, the veil shifting. Suddenly all the illusions disappear, you have a wake-up call, you suddenly realize actually enough is enough, and you draw a line in the sand and you make a radical change that may shock people, but you are living your authentic truth. For some of you, if, for example, you've been meaning to get round to doing something that you've been putting off for some time, then this is the month where suddenly you call yourself out on it and say, enough is enough. I've got to get clear. I've got to get organized. I've got to make sure I do it. But at the same time, it's going to feel nice because there's no pressure there for you to do it. Organically, you find your way to actually doing whatever it is you need to do, okay? Now, of course, as I said, this is a very intense time, and Pluto has also been very active over the last couple of months. So critical exposés will continue, bringing light to anything that's been hidden and dishing the dirt on people, especially in the public eye. So there may be some things, I mean, who's shocked with any of the things that come out these days? I'm not shocked anymore about anything. I expect it all. But this is about, you know, really unveiling the truth. And I've been mentioning this for some time, and it will continue. The latter period of July is all about extremes. So major or freak weather events like earthquakes or hurricanes that are stronger than typical or usual, and they will occur in places that are not typical. Let's put it that way. And this could occur during this time. And also it can affect water levels, because as we close Cancerian season and move into Leo season, there is a shift there. So these events could affect water systems is what I'm seeing there as well. Now, the Mars-Uranus conjunction can also increase electrical storms, which can disrupt or cause power outages. Social media platforms or apps may also have glitches this month or issues in some way that will be resolved, but it could cause disruption. You know, as I say, basically at the end of the month, there's a bit of disruption going on. And mid-month really is the time to expect the unexpected, both on a shocking but also pleasantly surprising level, because not all shocks are negative. And this month, you know, I would also like to say I'm bringing back the competition to win a personal reading. Now, for some time, I haven't been able to do this personal reading due to circumstances beyond my control, but this has now been resolved, so I'm able to open it up again, and I'll talk more about that later on. I just wanted to let you know what's happening in terms of planetary alignments. Let's get straight to your reading. I'll let you know how to enter, but let's get straight to your July month ahead. Now, your ninth house is actually influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that's that great quest for meaning, life's purpose. You're learning more about who you are, especially under pressure, because I feel like you've been under a lot of difficulty or pressure recently. I feel like you are seeing what you are capable of at this time. And I feel this is about reestablishing your connection to your higher self. So I'm not surprised to see the Hierophant card right there. You may feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat, or perhaps you've just come from one and you've learned a lot from that you can implement in your day-to-day. Some of you may also, really desire a cultural getaway, a quick getaway there, a historical one as well. You may even enroll on some sort of higher learning class at this time, or just have like a personal pilgrimage to self is what I'm getting there as well. This is a time to look at the bigger picture, to dream big, because your dreams will become a reality. What you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand. And I definitely see that this is a very positive month for putting your dreams and goals into motion and accomplishing them. I definitely see that you're following your passions this month, but I also see that you are looking at things that tempt you that are not good for you, and you're finally cutting those things out. So I see you getting really serious on exercise routines or diet related endeavors, sleeping patterns, cutting out toxic behavior or toxic attachments. Even over attachments to people that you really care about can be toxic too. So I see some of you just readdressing the balance. Doesn't mean that you care any less for those people. It's more about detaching to get that sense of independence as well there. Now, your third house of communication takes over from that, and that's really about finding your voice, speaking loud and proud and expressing yourself. You tend to keep a lot of your secrets to yourself, and I don't really, as a Scorpio myself, I don't really consider them often as secrets. These are just, aspects of self that you don't readily vocalize to people that you don't trust. So I feel some of you may actually have a very important, very deep conversation and basically reveal some part of yourself to a person that actually you really trust, but something that you never felt you would vocalize. And it feels like it's a weight off your shoulders, whatever that is. So I feel there's a really important conversation coming for you. But, your voice is your power this month. So some of you will utilize your voice in your career, whether it's taking a promotion, an interview, or giving a presentation. I feel this is where your voice really, helps you in your endeavors. Some of you may be writing a book, or you may be writing poetry or writing a screenplay. I feel like you really have something to say. And whatever it is that you are writing at this time, it has an impact, not just for you in a cathartic way, but also for others. I feel like you could be helping others there as well. Now, of course, the third house is connected to the law of attraction, and it works really well for you now as you visualize and communicate to the universe what it is you desire, what it is that you need, and what it is that you want to manifest. These are all very separate things, so I feel like you're going to be very precise about that. And you're going to be looking at what steps you need to take to get to where you want to go. Now, of course, neighbors or the community will be very important for you as well right now. You tend to be a bit of a hermit, in hermit mode. So if you have been in hermit mode for quite some time, I see you kind of like stepping into the spotlight in your life, integrating yourself a little bit more. This could be through, reuniting with people that you haven't seen for a while, or even just being really curious about what's going on in your neighborhood to get involved or at least visited. Now, it could be that you're actually taking yourself off on your own, a solo sort of trip to a fair or a music event or a community event. So you're kind of like doing something for yourself, but at the same time integrating in some way in the community. Also, if you have siblings or neighbors, I feel like there may be some interactions there that are really positive. And also you may feel compelled to get away, have a quick trip or take some level of travel there. And that's what your third house is really influencing. But most importantly, you're recognizing that you are the student of life. So a lot of learning going on this month. I feel like you're going to be very cerebral. You're going to be taking on new knowledge, new wisdom, and you may actually book a class or just, have a voracious appetite for knowledge where you go investigating new things, whether these are things that are like hidden or unknown, whether they are things about the public eye, people in the public eye, or even, world events, or even something a little bit more local to you. Perhaps you feel like your friend is holding back on a secret, or perhaps you feel like someone is not telling you the whole truth on something. You're digging a little bit deeper this month and revealing, exposing. But I feel like you're just kind of exposing it to yourself right now, so that you are basically in a position where you are all-knowing and just waiting for the right moment for the person to reveal to you. Okay, so I feel this is about like knowledge that you're gathering on something and then waiting for the information to be revealed to you, and it will be. And this can happen in different areas of life. So for example, if you're thinking about purchasing property or real estate, right? You may be like, okay, I love this property. You go digging, you find out all the dirt on the area, on the neighborhood, on the property, who owns it, what's going on there, are there any things that need to be fixed? You just literally get all the dirt on everything. And then you approach the person who perhaps is selling, whether it's the realtor or the people who are actually selling. And then you're just sitting back and listening and waiting to hear what they have to tell you about the property. Because of course, they want to sell the property, but you know the truth. So you're waiting to see if they're going to be really honest and say, you know what, I love this property and everything, but we need to fix that tile on the roof, and we'll try and get around to doing that before we sell. Or maybe it's something we can take the money off the price because we won't get around to doing it. I just feel like you're just waiting to see who's going to be really honest with you, but you already know the facts, okay? So just apply it to your situation. It's going to be different for everybody. Your first card there, though, is the Hierophant. So this is all about knowledge. It's about informing yourself. And I'm really getting an energy here about real growth happens when you're tired of everyone's BS, but including your own, okay? I feel right now that you, especially with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands, I feel like you are just fed up of feeling a little bit like in limbo or not knowing where you stand. I feel like right now you're looking at your options to change your life in some way. So I feel like you're getting really serious about change. You have so many swords here. I feel like you're being really honest with yourself. You recognize that, you've been almost kind of like existing a little bit on autopilot, because with so many swords, it can mean there's a level of detachment that you've been experiencing in your life. And now you want to get a little bit more involved in having fun, letting your hair down, reigniting that lust for life, following your passions, because you're a very passionate person. You're very intense, very deep, but I feel this sense of wanting to connect to people in a different way. And I see a lot of breakthroughs happening for you this month on things that perhaps have been tempting and not very healthy for you. I see you cutting those things out. You're learning, okay? I feel like with the Hierophant energy, this is about you kind of like looking at where you can help yourself in certain areas of your life and being serious about the changes that you're making. I mean, the Hierophant is all about knowledge, of course, and living a life of expectation. So I feel some of you will actually join a class. Could even be that you pick up a hobby this month, or you have a hobby that you lapsed on, you reconnect to it, because you've got a lot of reconnection vibes with that Four of Wands. Things that perhaps you started but haven't finished, you'll be very organized and you will accomplish your goals. I see you revisiting things that you want to kind of tweak, or things that perhaps you've been meaning to do but didn't get around to doing it. Things that you want to start, or you want to, edit or finish and finalize. I definitely see that you're going to hit your targets and reach your goals this month. But the Hierophant also is you managing your own expectations, because I feel like, you're very hard on yourself. You're very critical. And I feel this is about you sort of managing your expectations. You're capable of so much, okay? And I feel it's really important to recognize that sometimes, especially if you have a list, right, of maybe 5 important things that you want to do that day, but they are monumental tasks. And you're really busy. You're someone who is pretty exhausted, I see here. I feel like you've been dealing with a lot of disappointment or things that haven't been going your way, and it's just felt like a bit of an uphill battle for you recently. But I feel like you are changing things around, and some of you have been like obsessing or overthinking something that has almost slowed you down a little bit. So I feel like you're readdressing, your thought processes, silencing that inner critic. But most importantly, I see you kind of like, rather than 5 monumental things to do, which would take any normal person like 2 or 3 days to do, but you put them on your list for one day to do it all, I feel you are kind of being a little bit more honest with yourself and saying, okay, I'm actually going to put 3 of those monumental things on my list, and I'm going to get those 3 done. I really want to accomplish 5, but I'm going to prioritize 3, and then you're going to finish a lot quicker than you expected and have space for another one, and then maybe another one, and then you accomplish the 5. Rather than saying, I want to accomplish the 5 things, and if you don't accomplish them, you feel like you haven't done enough. Because what I see in your world right now, no matter whether you're in a career, whether you're a parent, whether you are retired, whether you're a carer, it just feels like there's never enough time in your day to get everything that you need done. At the same time, you haven't had time to give yourself any balance or self-care needs as well. So I feel like you're kind of trying to restructure your schedule in some way so that you can manage your expectations and feel really proud of yourself that you got 3 major things done that you prioritized, and then you had space to do a little bit more, rather than feeling like you didn't accomplish the 5 things and that you let yourself down in some way, or that you feel like you're on a treadmill of never accomplishing enough, if that makes sense. So I feel this month is all about managing expectations. I mean, you're capable of so much. I feel like you've had to be a bit of a warrior in life. I mean, you've got the Queen of Swords in the Resistance position. You've got the Justice card in the Resistance position as well. I feel like you've been going through some very unfair energy, and I feel that it's almost like life has been demanding that you be present. That you cannot live in the past or the future because you've actually had so much going on and so much on your plate right now that you've had to be super organized all the time. And I feel to some degree, and I hate to say this, my beautiful Scorpio, that, it's going to be much of the same. I feel like though this month it's more manageable for you. And what I'm getting here is, I'm getting this energy of, to stop doubting yourself, because I see in your energy, some of you have been second guessing your intuition due to experiences that you had in the past. And I'm being given this energy. When you stop doubting yourself, you get a chance to see what you're truly capable of. A lot of people, they look at you and they admire how strong you are, how tenacious you are, how independent you are. But deep down, if they really knew your secret thoughts, you're like, I'm tired of always being strong. I'm tired of always being the one who has to organize everything, show up every day. Is there anybody out there who can point me in the direction of a break or a respite? Because I feel like you've learned from a very young age that no one is coming to save you, that you are the person who has to show up for yourself. And I feel, there is a break coming for you here, but I feel you have to almost like manage your expectations, but at the same time, reschedule some things that you're doing, okay? Because I feel like you've had a lot on your plate, and now is the time to prioritize what's important, and it just takes a load off your shoulders. So also with the Hierophant energy, you're a maverick, okay? I'm being given this energy that some of you are kind of looking at establishments, how they're governed. Now, this could be political, doesn't have to be, but it could be, establishments that govern our societies, because this can be a societal card. And you've got the Justice card in the Resistance position. So you can be looking right now at the unfairness of people and how they govern our societies and how things have been out of balance and what you want to do about it. So it can be that you are using your own unique voice in order to stand up for what you believe in, stand up for your rights. And I really feel that you are someone who is a humanitarian. You care about people. And because you have so much energy about doing the right thing, leading with integrity, you are someone who naturally basically is allergic to liars, okay? You are like a supercomputer where you can see through people's BS and you're just so tired of it. And I feel that now you just want to do something about it. Either cut people out that you feel are not being honest or leading with integrity with you. But also I feel like you're seeing through, it's like you've had a major awakening for quite some time. You're seeing through the way that things are conventionally run, and you are just so fed up with the injustice of it all, okay? So I definitely see here that some of you are a little bit worried about the trajectory that the world is taking right now, but I also feel that you're taking a stand in some way because you're doing what you feel is best for you and the family that you care about, or your soul tribe members that you care about. So I definitely see, that you're having a bit of a breakthrough in doing whatever it is you want to do for you. And I feel like opportunities are opening up for your highest good. But I just get this sense that collectively you're taking a stand against something that you believe in. So it could be something that perhaps you believe in at your working environment. If you're in a career, perhaps, there's been something that's unfair at your working practice and you are going to HR, or you are going through a tribunal, for example. For some of you, it could be that you're going through a divorce at this time, and you are seeing that the other side is playing a little bit dirty, but you're still deciding to lead with integrity because the truth will out. It always does. And I definitely see that although you may be a little bit anxious, with the star energy, I feel like you win the day, or things go in your favor, or things work out the way you'd hoped for, because a wish is being delivered for you in the month of July. And I feel with the Hierophant energy, because this is all about news, education, and you also have the Eight of Wands, and there's like a pigeon there. So I feel there's some sort of exciting communication making its way towards you. I just heard winging its way to you. So maybe someone out there said that, or, of course there's a pigeon there, so that makes sense, but it's not the usual discourse that I would use. So, positive communication that you will celebrate, because you have the Three of Cups there, which is a card of celebration. I feel there is some really good news coming towards you. And it's been some time since you had some good news. Now, also, where most signs are kind of slowing down the pace in the month of July, your pace is picking up. Things are going to get a little bit faster for you. This is all about movement. This is about things reaching a climax. This is about you being in the flow and transforming your life. So I really feel that you're getting super serious and super organized this month about transforming your life so it's healthier, so it runs smoothly, so that you have peace of mind. So I feel there's this declutter going on. Now, also, the Eight of Wands, of course, is a card of, energy. So if you have had lack of energy, or you've been feeling lethargic, or you've been going through a period where your hormones have been out of sync, because we have the Justice card in the resistance position, it can suggest like an imbalance of either a vitamin or, perhaps a hormonal release going on there. I feel like you'll identify that this month. Some of you may actually reach out to a practitioner, or you may actually discover something that perhaps has been making you feel low energy, and suddenly you got your mojo back. Suddenly there's more energy, more drive. This is a card of ambition as well, and I feel like you are moving forward and you're in the flow of your passions. So very exciting time for you, July. It just feels like you're getting stuff done. Some of you are even writing letters of note and merit to people, because I'm seeing someone letter writing. So it feels like you could be campaigning for something that you believe in, or you could be like picking up the traditional art of letter writing rather than sending like a text or an email. You may be getting back to tradition in some way. In a world where it's ever changing and we are advancing, I feel like you still want to hold on to some old soul kind of traditions. So I feel like you may be looking at that this month. Also, I feel this is about your belief system. Okay, I feel like you're reestablishing your belief system. I feel like you're having faith that although life is very, very busy, because I do feel like you've been pushed and pulled in many, many different directions, you're going to start to see everything come together and slot into place as you planned, okay? Now, I will pull a card because there's no pentacles here, so I don't feel like you're focused on money this month, even though money is important and we all need it to pay the bills. So I will pull a card on it. But more than anything, I feel this is a month of new ideas, of putting those ideas into practice, feeling inspired, getting clarity on, problem solving or finding solutions to things that have been on your mind for quite some time. Because I do feel like some things have been on your mind recently and you're moving forward from these things with purpose. So I'm really getting a sense here as well that news that you have been waiting for will transform everything, and it's very exciting. So if you're in a career and you've been waiting for news about a promotion or, some sort of raise or maybe even a bonus, or if you've been out of work and you've been looking for work, I definitely see that there's good news headed in your direction. You may be a little bit nervous about the role, but I feel like you integrate yourself really well. Some of you are actually looking at this major theme in your life, and this is not going to resonate with everyone, but I have to honor it because it's coming out there. You tend to stand out from the crowd. You don't mean to. Sometimes you don't want to, but you may be looking at relationships and how people approach you. You may be looking at why some people are really unfair towards you or single you out in some way sometimes and put you apart from other people. You may always feel like you've been that person on the outskirts or on the outsides looking in, okay? It's almost like somehow you're always detached, even when you try to find yourself integrated in a group setting. Of course, you have your nearest and dearest, you have your soul tribe members, and that's different. But it's like when you enter new circles, new places, new faces, new environments, you may be looking at why people treat you differently, okay? Now, you are a very intense, deep person, and not everybody operates on that level. So we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. And when you have that depth to yourself, because you've done a lot of inner work, okay, so you have a lot of inner knowing, but you're also the student of life. So you always are trying to learn more about yourself. Some people don't operate on that level. There's a surface level that they operate at, the, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great. How are you? They operate at that level, and there's nothing wrong with that level at all, right? But when you enter a space, you bring that gravitas with you. And some people are intimidated by that gravitas because, number one, it shows a mirror up to them where they could go deeper in their own lives, but also they see you as being really knowledgeable and sometimes a bit of a threat to their position, either in a group or in a working environment or even in a friendship. So sometimes they look at you differently. And I feel it's taken you a while to really reconcile that within yourself. And because of your 9th house and your 3rd house, I feel some of you may be really thinking about that, the deeper meaning. Why are they treating me that way? Or why are they having that response to my presence? And what I see here is that basically, I feel that there's this energy here where they feel intimidated by your power or your intensity or your gravitas, and they feel that you outshine them in some way. And of course, that's not your fault and that's not your problem. I feel like you've learned to, be wonderfully independent and self-sufficient because of it. But at the same time, I feel like you're just fed up of it. And you may actually vocalize how you're feeling about it this month. So for example, if someone is greeting you with an air of standoffishness, or you feel someone is singling you out, normally you may look at this person and think, oh my gosh, why are they doing this? This is just not the sort of person I want to integrate with anyway. So you may withdraw and just try and analyze the situation. But this month you may actually diplomatically say, can I just ask you something? What is it about me that makes you treat me differently? Or it could be that you are like, why did you make that comment earlier? I really want to understand the logic behind it. So really, you're diplomatically calling them out, but at the same time, you're trying to understand what is it about you that they either fear or that they treat differently than others. So I'm just seeing that coming out there. So it could be a conversation, because I feel there's a big serious conversation coming out there. And actually, you know what? The person is going to give you like a compliment, and they really mean it. It's almost like, well, sometimes I just worry that, I don't have the conversational skills to go to the deep conversational places that, you open. And so I feel a little bit like out of my depth. So sometimes I just like, stay silent or watch, or I don't integrate that well, because I just feel a little bit intimidated. So to some degree there's a compliment there. Could also be that, like, they say, well, you're incredibly talented, and I'm just in awe of it, and I just want to watch what you do. And sometimes I feel that I want to say something to you, but the words get stuck in my throat. Same with relationships. You may have found that you really need a partner who is strong enough to walk by your side, and not everybody is capable of the depth of feeling that you are. You tend to teach people to get to that depth, and you may not realize that you do that, but by leading by example, you inadvertently teach other people how to reach certain levels, but also they teach you how to be a little bit more on the surface. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a Scorpio too, so I understand whenever anybody says to live life on the surface rather than below the surface, it's a little bit like, really? No, I can't do that. I can't talk about the weather. I can't say, hey, how you doing? Everything's fine. If someone asks me how I'm doing, I'm like, you know what? I've been better. I've been going through this, and it's really hard. I'm trying to understand it. But you know what? If I sit with it long enough, I'll kind of really understand it. And people are like, I just wanted you to say you're fine. I don't want to get into this conversation, because it means then they start to feel like they can open up too, and they get afraid of that. So, I feel though that by having this honest, open conversation with somebody, or even with a group of people, it suddenly gives you this breath of fresh air that you don't have to have the weight of the world on your shoulders all the time. It's almost like I feel this conversation with a person helps you kind of like suddenly throw caution to the wind and just really enjoy yourself in their company, when normally you probably wouldn't. Okay. It feels like, suddenly you are just having fun on a surface level. Okay. Now you are capable of going to the surface as well as to the depths of feeling, you are, I don't want to say polarized, but what I see here is that, you're capable of that level of intensity, but also the whimsy of life. But I feel you've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders over the last couple of years and months in particular. And I feel like you are craving right now that level of fun, that just lightheartedness. And I really get this sense that some of you are kind of looking at when, okay, this is going to be a sentence that's like, when people are unaware of all the hardship or difficulties of life, their life can seem easier somehow. And part of you is like, how is it they seem to be living something that's easier, and why is it you always have to struggle, or it's hard? So I feel like, there's this energy here where you can balance things out a little bit and just let your hair down and have a lot of fun, especially as you move through the middle of July. Because I feel right now you're in the planning stages of something. I feel there's something on your mind that you need to do. It feels like a monumental task right now, but I feel like you have some people around you who are trying to draw you out of your hermit life, to try and have fun, to integrate you a little bit more. I feel like they're a little bit curious about what you've been up to, almost like you've been in hiding, but really I feel like you've had plans. I feel your plans are to strategize for your future, to do life. Almost like I feel like you've been on autopilot recently. I don't want to say that you've been feeling lost, but I do feel that you've been trying to reconnect to a part of yourself where you felt things were easier, where you felt like you had more fun, where you accessed that passionate wildness about you. But the last couple of years have almost like put you into a little box of expectation where you had to really access a different version of yourself, where you've had to be super independent, really serious about life, focusing on your responsibilities, tasks, protecting the people that you really care about. It's almost like part of you shut down in order to focus on a very serious area of your life, okay? Now, I hope this resonates with someone out there. It may not resonate with everyone. I totally get that. But with so many swords and the Seven of Cups there as well as your protagonist energy, it can indicate that there's been a part of your life where you felt a little bit in a bit of a tailspin and you've put it to the side and said, I can't deal with that right now. I've got to be independent. I've got to focus on my goals. Okay, now the Seven of Cups also indicates that this month new doors are opening up to you, new experiences, and this is a time to really focus on what it is that you want for your life, because you're heavily connected to the law of attraction with that third house of communication there. So this is about you starting to notice that the doors that were shut for a long time are starting to open. Whether these are friendship doors, whether these are opportunity and work doors, whether these are community doors, whether these are relationship doors. Some of you, you may have been looking for love, for example. I don't particularly see this as a month where it's more of you focusing on love. I feel this is more about you focusing on your desires, your passions, the things that are healthy for you, choosing the right path. I definitely see that there is a potential here also to reunite with people that you've lost touch with. And there is also an indication here that someone that particularly that you don't trust, okay, someone who perhaps you felt was sometimes deliberately cruel to you in a relationship. So this could be a toxic person who I feel like there's a lot of lust there. So I feel this person did love you, but they also tend to self-sabotage. This feels very much like an ex. So there is a potential there that an ex could reach out for you. But with the Ace of Swords, I feel you're like cutting this person out. And I feel that you're healing from this situation. And if you are looking for love, I feel like you could be communicating with someone new, but don't let the fears of past experiences get in the way of this new relationship, because it's not going to go in the same way. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, the Seven of Cups is basically you looking at all of your endeavors and opening yourself up to a world of opportunities. There's a lot of choice available to you this month. And, as soon as you connect to something that you really want, you're going to watch those doors open really quickly and things start to really pick up pace. And I feel that you're being asked to prioritize so that you don't feel scattered in your energy, because I do feel like you've been very busy. You've got a lot on your plate. And sometimes you're like, I've got to do this. Oh, yeah, and I got to do this as well. Oh, and I forgot about this. I got to do this. And I've got to, this month, it's more about you being organized and prioritizing what's really important and being on top of things to create a level of balance. Now, it's really interesting. You've got a lot of birds in your chart for this month. Pigeons, they tend to bring news, and doves tend to bring peace. So I feel that, peace of mind, managing stress levels, but really good news is coming your way. If you've had some problems recently or things have just been unfair, expect a readdress of the balance. And I feel like, you're going to be on top of things. Also, the Seven of Cups, it really indicates that you are envisaging something new for your life, and you're going to see that magic of opportunity become your reality, okay? So it could be that you have the same goals, but you may be reimagining how you accomplish those goals. Also, you are focusing on your boundaries and making sure that no one oversteps a mark. I feel the power of possibility is so present in your reading this month that your thoughts become things. You have so many swords, and with that Ace of Swords, it's like as soon as you think it, it becomes your reality. And that's why you are being asked to manage your expectations, but also look at all the negative things that you attach yourself to. Negative thoughts, negative people, negative experiences, relationships, environments. But also, sometimes, especially news items, articles, because we do have a news card right there. I feel most of you don't probably watch mainstream news, but somehow the news always reaches you in some way. You're always abreast of things. So I feel, you're managing what you look at, what you digest, what you listen to, so that you can create peace of mind, a calm space for you to focus more on your own life. And life is for living, not just existing. And some of you may have felt that you've been just existing, because that's the way, society is kind of set up right now. It's like you go to work. If you're lucky enough to have a job, and if you're not, you're looking for one. You're trying to build wealth. You're trying to build security to look after you and your family. So I feel there's this sense here of trying to release yourself in some way and find an easier pathway or an easier way. And you will find that, okay? Now, with the Justice card, this can indicate that, you're going to have a lot of tasks and responsibilities to still adhere to, even though you're trying to manage your life in a different way. Responsibilities are still present. So lots of emails, phone calls. I do see for some of you, you may have to call someone about something. I mean, it could be a landlord, could be a service provider. I feel there's a glitch. Something needs fixing, or something perhaps needs recovery. I mean, it could be like your laptop goes down and you need to recover something. It could be that, your washing machine breaks and you need to fix it. I would say here, get a second opinion, okay? Or get a quote and then a second opinion, because I get a sense here that someone may try to quote you something and you think, hang on a minute, that's a little bit much. And what I see is with the Queen of Swords there, you get to negotiate a better deal. The same with any opportunity that comes your way. If you are offered a certain amount of money and you feel actually that's not right for the amount of effort that you put into something, I see you negotiating a better deal. And you may be worried about putting that negotiation out there, but I feel like you'll celebrate because you are valuing yourself and valuing your knowledge and your skill set. And by doing that, the other person or the other party realizes that you're a force to be reckoned with and you can't be taken advantage of. So that's coming through there strongly as well. Now, the Justice card, of course, is a need for balance in your life, because I feel your life is tipped in one section. And what I mean by that is you've been focusing a lot on something and not on something else. And what I see here is a lot of you have been living very tightly with your plans or your goals or your strategy, okay? Because I feel like there's an energy here of you engineering a plan, or you have something that you want to launch, or something that you need to do, or you feel has been weighing on your mind that you must kind of implement in your life, and you've been all about that. But you've been forgetting to have fun. The Four of Wands is in the resistance position, so this can indicate that some of you, you've lost a sense of balance in your world, and this could be due to circumstances outside yourself, but now you're recalibrating in some way. The Justice card, it's a major arcana card, so this really indicates that, you are doing the right thing for you in your life, and you are not adhering to other people's expectations. You're living authentically. And the Justice card is also good karma. So some of you may have felt that you have not had good karma or good luck recently, but that's all about to change for you there. Queen of Swords, I feel some of you, because the Queen of Swords is a person, it can represent a person, but also aspects of self. And I feel for some of you, this could be like a very diplomatic conversation with someone who either has been a little bit loose with the truth or hiding something from you, or even been very cold. Okay, and it's made you feel a little bit sensitive towards this person's actions, and you're wondering why. But I feel like you will get a very honest, open conversation with this person, but you must be direct and ask, because otherwise this person is just going to keep on doing what they're doing. I'm being given this energy, which is like people come and go. That's just life. Do you, okay? And attached to that is also, never lose your permanent smile for a temporary person in your life. That's also coming through there as well. So I feel if there's someone who is trying to push your buttons or make life difficult for you, I feel like, yes, there's an honest conversation with this person, But I feel that you could be cutting this person or this situation out completely, because you're really looking at toxicity this month and what's good for you and what's not. And you're basically living your authentic truth and doing what is right for you. As you can see here, this dove, it's almost like the dove of peace, but it's sitting on a sword. So it's like, you know, you prefer a peaceful life. You prefer to diplomatically go through life and just do you. But if someone oversteps a mark, then you can really be very harsh and cut a person to size if necessary. You don't like to go to that place, but you're capable of doing a lot of damage with your words if it's necessary. But again, I feel like you reserve that for really critical situations. And I feel you can resolve things with peace. So watch your words, okay? But again, I feel you will find the words that fit the situation and the person in the moment. Now, the Queen of Swords, of course, anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright position. So I feel, you know, this is about you being super organized, setting healthy boundaries and intentions, and having clarity of purpose. You're going to be very busy, strategizing, getting a lot done, focusing on your goals and your dreams. And basically, I feel like you are now focused a little bit more on the future, your future plans. And some of you are preparing for harsh environments or harsh times, and I feel your level of organization will help you get through this difficult period. But actually, I see better times ahead for you. I see really good karma. I see destiny and fate intervening to bring you some, you know, really wonderful opportunities that will be for your highest good. Things will happen with great speed for you this month. You'll move forward with excellent information, excellent knowledge, and you'll be making the right steps towards your goals and dreams there. With the Four of Wands, there's something to celebrate, okay? Four of Wands is good news. It is peace. It's not just celebration, but it's harmony. And also, I feel this is about you knowing when to rest, because when you're excited about something, you tend to obsess about it. And obsession can be also, you know, a good thing, because in order to get really good at what you do, you must invest all of your time, dedication into a repetitive routine, almost like an obsession, because then you become a master or a mistress of whatever it is that you do. You become a pro. So I definitely see here that you're managing your obsessions, making sure that you basically use that obsessive energy to follow your passions and, you know, be very creative. I feel this is a month where lots of new ideas are coming to you. I feel that you are basically in the flow. Also celebrating friendship is what I see. I feel like you're going to be a little bit more in sync with your life. If you felt a little bit out of balance, this is the month where things just start to recalibrate and feel easier for you as well. Now, Four Wands, I'm being given a very strong energy that anyone who was not there during difficulties with you in your life certainly do not deserve a place at your celebration table. Okay, so I feel like you're just, you know, keeping an eye on who's got your back, who supports you, and who's there for you, who can be there for you, and who drains you of energy. So I definitely see that you're cutting out anything that is, you know, really energy vampires, that sort of thing. You're just leaving that behind. But the Four of Wands is a card of, you know, basically creating important connections or focusing on the people that are important to you. I see you reuniting with people that you lost touch with as well. But when you get this card, this is a card of preparation. So I see here that a lot of you are preparing for an undercurrent of change, but also you're very unsure about the changes that are afoot. So, I mean, each sign is really feeling the effects of what's going on in the world and really worried about the trajectory of the world that it's taking. So I feel like you're putting some plans in motion to stabilize and create security so that you are ready for every eventuality. But I want you to be aware that preparation, of course, is important, but fear will rob you of joy. So I feel here that you're trying to make sure that you keep a measured account of your emotions. It's really important here that, I mean, you've got the Queen of Swords, so some of you can feel a little bit more sensitive than usual this month. But also I feel you have a very measured approach as you leave July about plans that you have in motion to safeguard you against difficult times. So it could be that you're going to be saving a little bit more this month, or that you have decided that you want to relocate to a different neighborhood, or it can be that you want to basically reconnect to people that can make you feel a part of a community. Or I feel it's like you suddenly know what to do, or you get clarity on a plan that you've had in motion, and now you're launching something. For some of you, it could be that you're launching a business online. If you feel that economically things are taking a downward turn, you may be trying to safeguard yourself by getting a second stream of income up there and putting yourself online so you have more creative control over your finances and your endeavors, because you have so many swords. They connect to the internet, to the ether. So I feel like it's you safeguarding yourself against change, okay? Being one step ahead of the curve. Now, also with the Four of Wands, because my guides won't let me let this go, this one, it's almost like your plans are now taking shape, and I feel that you're going to create a level of harmony in your life where you get a lot of stuff done, but you also have a lot of me time and a lot of time to focus on the people that you really truly care about. But I'm also getting this major energy of you coming home to yourself. So you either learn something about what you're capable of this month, or you reestablish a connection with a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, and it reignites that lust for life, that magic that is within you. And suddenly you start to sparkle again. Suddenly, I feel like this is about you being appreciated in your immediate circumstances by the people around you, but it's about stepping into a spotlight in life, really peacocking yourself. So if you have been in hermit mode, the end of July, I feel like you're a little bit more out and about, exposing yourself to fun, to festivals. I feel some of you, there's an invitation here to something that is going to be really wild and exciting, and it kind of like reestablishes your belief system. It opens you up to knowing more about yourself on a personal journey of discovery. But the star is also a level of healing that you will reach this month, where you really get closure on a lot of stuff that has weighed on your mind or has popped in from time to time to test you to see if you're over it, okay? Now, I feel like you may analyze things that you've experienced in the past without any feeling. And this is a true measure that you have got closure on this, and that it no longer has power over your future happiness. And also the star energy is about new ideas, inspiration. So I feel like you're going to be implementing new ways of living, lifestyle changes. Now this could be that you're cutting out anything that's toxic for you so that you're living healthier. You're definitely choosing the healthier vibration this month. And I feel also that you're in a new phase of life where you're embracing your passions. You're going through a major period of personal development and growth, and you're more hopeful for the future, is what I see there as well. So the star energy, for those of you who are in a career, this is about you being appreciated and being offered a promotion or something new in your career that gives you a cause to celebrate. You're going to be in the spotlight. For some of you, if you are in an industry where you can be in the public eye or be someone of note, I definitely see that you are raising the bar and stepping into a new level where you could be in the public eye or celebrated for something that you do. This is the card of fame and fortune. So also some of you, you may be wishing for acknowledgement in something that you've been doing for, not for an ego rub, but just to be appreciated for what you do, because I feel a lot of you are sacrificing a lot of your energy, time, and knowledge for something, and you just want to know that you're doing a good job, okay? So I definitely see that you're going to get that news this month. Now, of course, this is a card of wishes coming true, aligning yourself with a wish. News that you've been waiting for comes in. There is something to celebrate there, but also the star energy is a brighter future to look forward to. And also, partnered with this card, this is clarity, a major breakthrough on something. So if you have been going through a level of personal development, there is a positive breakthrough happening for you at the end of July. Now, I want to address the Devil card, because the Devil card, it can be a feeling of being stuck. Okay, it can indicate that you've been truly helpless to change a part of your life, and you've been really analyzing that missing ingredient? Well, with the star energy and the Ace of Swords, it means that you finally gain clarity on what that is, and you set steps in motion to accomplish whatever it is you feel is missing. So I feel this is about you liberating yourself from that, nurturing yourself in a different way and feeling fulfilled. Also, the Devil card can indicate that, you've been a little bit worried about something. For some of you, it is that, you've been worried about an idea or a plan. You've been a little bit nervous to put it into practice, but once it's up and running, I feel, you wish you'd done it a lot earlier, and you're going to really love it. For some of you with the Devil card, it can indicate a level of toxicity in your life, places, faces, relationships that are not good for you, and you are cutting them out, because the Sword of Truth with the Ace of Swords is like, no, you're drawing a line in the sand. That's not happening anymore. So let me just pull a card on that Devil card. I mean, we got the Seven of Swords there. Now, the Seven of Swords, it can be like a card of independence, not conforming, living life on your own terms, living your passions, whether other people understand your path or not, that's their problem, not yours. You're living your truth, okay? You're living on your own terms. And I feel this is about you having the courage to reject conformity. Although you can integrate, at the same time, you're doing you. But also the Seven of Swords, it can be an expose of someone being dishonest, or someone trying to pull a fast one in some way, someone abusing their power. This could be something that gets highlighted to you this month and it shocks you. Or it could be that someone has been intentionally trying to push your buttons and you discover the reason why, and you finally eradicate it forever. Also, I would say that with the Eight of Wands there is the potential for you to go too fast in some area, and you may have to revisit because you make a mistake, or there's an error or something you've overlooked. Okay, so you may have to return to something, or it could be that someone makes a mistake and you have to revisit in order to make it right. So because the Three of Cups is there, I feel it's a group setting. So this could be an error of judgment. It could also be that you uncover a mistake that someone did a while ago, and now you feel responsible to make it right, or you call someone out on it. Also, I would say just be a little bit mindful when you're in group settings, especially if you're at a festival or you are in a place where there's a lot of people coming together. Seven of Swords can indicate theft. Okay, so I would just say watch your possessions. With the Star and the Ace of Swords, it's almost like your intuition. You see it before it happens. So you will get an inkling like, oh, I need to watch my bag. Or you may be like, oh, where's my phone? I need to just hold on to that. You're going to get like an intuitive hit before it occurs, so you avoid it, is what I'm seeing there. But the Devil card indicates it's present. There is a potential. And the Seven of Swords, it can indicate, a level of dishonesty. Now, also, some of you, it could be that you desire to get away. Okay, you have been working really hard and you just want a quick getaway. So some of you may actually find a moment to get away there. I just wanted to pull one more card. The Two of Cups with the Devil card, it can be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get it, okay? This is a card vibing at a certain frequency and it manifesting. So this is also, be mindful of your thoughts, because if someone's pushing your buttons and upsetting you, you may have like a negative thought about that person, and it can come true. So just be mindful of your thoughts there, because thoughts become things. But also, some of you may be putting yourself out there on the dating scene again, or putting yourself in situations to go out and have fun and open yourself up to love again. Don't allow fear to hold you back, because there is a soul commitment coming in. I feel it's not really something that you're looking for at the time. I feel it's a surprise, but you will be talking to someone new, and there is a high level commitment available here. This is a soulmate partnership, but also I feel a lot of you super independent, very self-sufficient, and you may have been operating in hermit mode or on your own for quite some time, and that also can be unhealthy. Too much of one thing can be unhealthy. So I feel the Three of Cups is reminding you to integrate in some way, to share the joyful moments, to open yourself up to, being with people. And with that Three of Cups, I mean, it's a card of celebration. So there is news to celebrate. It's a breakthrough moment. New ideas will be implemented. There's a lot of growth going on for you this month. And I feel that you are basically, it's interesting, I'm being given an energy of respect tastes better than attention. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of attention here, but also I feel, that respect is the most important thing. And that's in all walks of life, relationships, friendships, loving partnerships, working environments, whatever it is, it's like respect tastes better than attention. And you have the Star card, which is about getting a lot of attention this month. Now, I also see that there is a potential for a fling. So if you are looking for like a no strings attached connection, that's also available. But with the Two of Cups popping out, there's also love there for you as well. Three of Cups is really spending time with good people, enjoying yourself, but also sharing knowledge, sharing resources. It's a card of good luck and money as well. But actually, I did say before I go to this, no, my guide said continue and then go to it. I did want to pull a card regarding money for you, because no Pentacles came out there for you. So I just want to have a look at that, because I feel like you're going to be hitting your targets, whether they are regarding your finances or your endeavors. Can you please show me the money part for my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding money, finances? Eight of Cups. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, Two of Cups. Well, I'm getting an energy of what you invest in, where you invest your energy, that's going to flourish, is what I see. So if you're working on something, there's going to be financial reward there. I feel like you are basically more focused this month on yourself, your journey of discovery, and what's not right for you. You're walking away from it. I feel financially, there's an energy here of not feeling 100% fulfilled, but knowing that there is more. You're going to have access to more, and you're being true to your heart. Okay, you're manifesting more. The World card is all about abundance, prosperity, and when you apply it to money, it means that you're amplifying your vibration to attract a lot more material abundance. So I feel some of you may actually set up on your own or have a partnership that increases your wealth. The World card can indicate it has international links there, but also it can indicate that there's more money available after travel. So if you've saved up to go on a vacation or a trip, there's more money available after that, because I feel there's some sort of journey that you're going on, but some of you may even partner up in business or have a second stream of income, because twos, Two of Cups there is a card of duality. So it could be that some of you launch something new or put a new idea into practice, and it opens you up to more money. So this month, money is important. I feel like you're going to be on top of things, pay the bills, be able to save a little bit more than you thought. But I feel like you're capable of attracting more wealth in there as well. Now, your final cards, we have movement speed. So as I said, things are going to pick up pace where everybody else is slowing down. July is going to be a very fast-paced month for you. But don't go too fast, because I feel like, you may need to revisit something. But this is really about savoring your experiences in life, being mindful of what's important and the speed at which you do activities, or the speed at which you are running your life. Things like eating, are you just wolfing things down and getting on with work? Are you finding that you don't have enough time for you? This is about managing your schedule and creating balance there as well. Also spending time with the people that you really care about, investing in good quality time, but also understanding the discernment of taking quality time for you, not wasting your time on things that waste your time or things that are toxic. I feel this is about you managing your time and your stress levels. We also have pressure, transformation. So you're really trying to change your life to reduce pressure. But also I feel it's really important to recognize that you can view pressure as being negative or being positive, being a shaper, a director of positive influence. So for example, if life feels like it's going well, going nicely, then you don't feel like you're under pressure. But as soon as you start to feel that level of pressure, something inside of your body is saying something needs to change. It's an indication that you need to transform your world in some way. So you reach that level of pressure in order to find a happy medium of where you can benefit and not be disadvantaged by the pressure. So it's basically right now about you restructuring in some way. I feel almost like you're in a period where you're reprogramming your life in some way. You're opening your door to the subconscious mind, to reprogram your brain, to silence the inner critic, but also to ask the bigger questions like, how do I show up for myself? You know, what did I learn from yesterday that I can reprogram for today? What am I not accepting anymore? What has gone on too long? You're basically reviewing to remind yourself of what you want to stop doing, want to stop feeling or accepting, so that you can rewrite your personal narrative. And I really feel here that you're taking ownership and having a major breakthrough and putting your own happiness first, okay? So some really great news. I feel two pieces of good news coming your way, one at the beginning of July and one at the end of the July. The bigger news is at the end of July, and you'll really celebrate that. I see toasting, so I definitely see that, you know, you will share your news, good news, with others. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing for now. There's going to be an invitation sent to you. If you haven't received it already, you may think about not going to this invitation, but I feel suddenly you'll come out of your comfort zone and decide to go there. There's a person you need to meet there, or there's a reason you need to be there. You're going to realize why when you get there, but it's going to be so positive, okay? Now we have the horse rune, which is progress. So making a lot of progress this month on all of your personal endeavors, but also future changes. So as I said, you're preparing for future change. Some of you could be relocating or implementing changes that will literally transform your life in a major way, but it's positive. This, of course, is also a movement rune. So a lot of movement going on in your reading. So quick changes happening, relocations, suddenly deciding to change your mind on something to choose a better option. And also we have the seahorse. Now the seahorse is very interesting because the masculine seahorse basically gives birth to all the eggs. So it bucks a trend. Okay, it doesn't do what is expected in nature. So I feel this is something that you are doing this month. You are doing something that is not expected of you, or you're managing your expectations to turn your life around. And people may not understand these changes, or they may actually be shocked by these changes. But at the same time, you're doing something different and you're going above and beyond. And I feel it's a very exciting time for you because you're having this like major breakthrough of a difficult or challenging situation. But also seahorses, they represent soulmates. So soulmates can be many different forms. It can be a pet, it can be a person, it can be a relationship, a romantic lover or partner there. So if you're looking for love, I would say that there is a strong potential to meet love at the end of the month. It may even connect to this invitation. But also it's about knowing who your soul tribe are, who's got your back, and basically doing something radically different to change your circumstances. Because if you do the same thing, you'll be in the same place. But implementing different practices or changing something so radically will lead to the changes that you will feel happy with. And if you want a different outcome, you got to change the process, right? So I definitely see some of you doing that. So I'll leave that there. That was very intense. I hope it basically resonates with someone out there. It may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor the cards as they come. Also, I'm going to open up the competition for one watcher to win a free personal reading. Now, all you have to do is find a moment of quiet, which of course, looking at your chart for July is going to be very hard, but if you can find like 5 minutes of quiet and then play a song called You're the Voice by John Farnham, which is actually really interesting because my guides gave me this song, and of course I'm a Scorpio, and your reading is all about finding your voice, speaking your truth. Some of you may actually write something important, maybe a book, a screenplay, some sort of vocalization of your thoughts that can be put into practice and actually help you elevate and rise in some way, or be noticed in some way. So interesting that the song is called You're the Voice, but there we are. Then listen to that song. Okay, notice how it makes you feel. Then write in the comments section below, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. Okay, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. Music, it actually raises our vibrations, and since we are currently in a very critical point in the world, playing a song that raises vibrations is very important at this time. Now, if you do not like the song that was suggested by my guides, then please choose one that resonates more with you. Play it loud, really hear it, feel it, and then, of course, write in the comments box below, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. The effect shall be the same, but there must be a song attached to what you write, okay? Then my guides will point me in the direction of one person to offer that free personal reading to, and I will announce the competition winner at the end of the month, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, and love and light.